Hello, and welcome back to my purple song, Home. So I've been out all day running errands. It looks like it's about to boom boom outside right now. And so I said, let me take my butt home and do my video for the week. And so as I was putting together the last finishing touches to my video, I said, let me do something different. So this video is going to be a little different. What I have now is my bedroom wall. This is going to be a project I'm working on. So as some of y'all know, my sister gave me this record player 2 Christmases ago, I think. And I always said I'm going to build around this. So I am going to create a wall project that is centered around this record player and albums, because music is so important to me. This wall is just so empty. And I'm like, well, what can I put on this wall that will represent one of my first loves? And that is music. So I want to take a bunch of albums that I don't even have yet, and I want to do something like this. I've gone to Pinterest and I've looked at all of the inspo, all of the things that I could do, and I want to do something really cool with this wall. I don't know so much if I want to touch the other side because the TV's in the middle and there is another side that's empty. It's a little slimmer than this side, but it's still an empty wall over there. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. But while we do that, I want to sit down with everybody, meaning you, and have a little get to know me session, because one thing that I do realize is I come up here every week and I give my opinions on things, my faith and my relationships that I've gone through, but you don't know me for real. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to answer some questions that I have gotten before in my DMs. Yes, y'all be hitting me up in my DMs being nosy, but I don't mind. I'm an open book. But I'm going to answer some of those, and then I am going to throw in some that I think is a little cute, a little fun. So let's hang out. I got my coffee with me, because in all the madness today, I have not been able to drink any kind of coffee. So we're going to get into this wall, and we're going to drink some coffee, and we're going to chat. All right, be right back. So have y'all ever heard a song and before the first verse ever ends, you are somewhere else? And it's not just remembering something, like a memory. It's like you're right back there. You could be sitting in your granny's house, riding in the backseat of your parents' car, in church, sitting beside your bestie, trying not to bust out laughing. Trish, you remember that? You could be standing on your back porch singing Atlantic Stars Always with your cousins while your daddy has a video camera in your face. Great memories. Shout out to my cousins, Kim and Monica. But a memory that will be ingrained in my mind forever. Or, this is one I like. 6th grade dance. First dance with your peers. Black Sheep's The Choice Is Yours comes on and everybody goes crazy. A moment in my mind that will never go away. Or maybe there is someone that you were deeply in love with, that when that song comes on, you will never forget that moment that you shared with that person. Music has always done that for me. Pictures, they capture moments, but music captures feelings for me. And this week is the last week of Black Music Month, so I just thought it would be cool to hang out, have a little conversation about music, not history of music, although we could go there, but I'm not gonna do that on this video. But I just thought it would be fun to hang out and just chat. So I'm sitting here in my bedroom now, and I just told y'all about the wall that I want to do. And like, I've been putting it off for years on what I want to do in my bedroom, because like, when I say I don't like a lot of junk, I don't like a lot of clutter, like empty wall space is fine with me. But I just feel as if that wall has just been staring me in my face over the last few years and is screaming for something to be on it. So I said, well, let me just look up to see exactly what I want to do and, you know, go from there. We'll sort of figure it out together. How about that? And like I also mentioned, I am going to be sharing some things about myself, because y'all don't know me for real. And I just think it's important, if you're listening to my messages and hearing my opinions, then you should know something about me, right? So I just feel, and that's my fault. I should have led with that, right? So I'm a jumper. I don't look and jump, I'm a jumper. So, that's what we'll do. First thing y'all know about me. First thing you know about me. I tend to do first and think later. Bad habit. Some things it's a bad habit. Not everything, but I don't know. It's gotten me here, so here we go. So my name is LaToya, but you can call me Toya. If you've been here for a while, thank you for continuing to hang out with me. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Go grab you something to drink, get comfortable, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know me a little bit better than you did before we started. So when I am going through albums trying to figure out what exactly to do with this wall, I realize that I have a hard time picking out what albums I want to put up there. When I think about Black music, I think about moments. I think about those Saturday mornings when I am knocked out in my bed and the house is getting cleaned. And if you're in a Black household, you already know you were not sleeping until noon. Absolutely not. Somebody was opening blinds, my mama. Somebody was turning on music, my daddy. And the next thing I know, I got a broom in one hand and I'm sweeping and vacuuming. And how did we get here? I think about at family cookouts when someone's on the grill and you got kids running all around, having fun, playing with each other. The adults sitting around, laughing at the same stories they done told every other cookout. But what do you hear in the background? It's always music. Then I think about road trips with my family. those trips back to my father's hometown, seeing my granny, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. Looking back now, I didn't realize how special and meaningful those moments would be to me now. When you're a kid, you're just excited about going somewhere. You don't realize at the time that you are truly making memories that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Music for me became a huge part of that. Now, when I hear certain songs, it literally takes me back to that moment. So much so, I don't know if I'm being weird by this, but so much so that I can smell my grandmother's house. Like my granny's house, I can smell it. And I never want to lose that feeling. I remember we used to go up there for weekends, and I used to go over there. So we used to stay at my aunt's house. Me and my sister used to stay at my aunt's house, and my mom and my dad used to stay at my granny's house, which was right next door. And one distinct memory never fails. I would go over there on Sunday mornings. We would be packing up to go, but I would go over there on Sunday mornings, and she would be in the front room, sitting, looking out the window, just listening to gospel music on the radio. That is something that I will never forget. Ever. It's amazing though how one song can unlock memories that you did not even know that were still there. That's why these records are not just records to me, and it's so hard to choose which one that I'm going to put on my wall, because one thing about me, just like that whiteboard that I put up earlier this year or last year, when you put holes in the walls, that's it. Ain't turning back. I mean, you could putty over it, put whatever, but that's besides the point. But when you put nails in the wall, you better be sure. But these albums, they are memories. They are pieces of my story. They are reminders of people that I love, of places that I've been, of who I used to be. And honestly, that's the reason why I wanted to put them on my wall in the first place. Because every time I look up, I want to smile. I want to remember. I want to be thankful. So I know you're probably wondering, well, what kind of music do you listen to? The answer is there is not one genre. My playlist literally has no structure at all. 1 minute I'll be listening to Fred Hammond. The next minute is Mary J. Blige, All in My Feelings. Then somehow Stevie Wonder comes on. Al Green will be next. High Five will come on. Gladys Knight will come on. A hip hop song will come on. Then my girl Rihanna will show up. And before you know it, I'll be right back listening to Dottie Peoples. My iTunes and Spotify playlists, they are totally confused as to what to suggest for me or play for me, because it's all over the place. But I love music that makes me feel something. I love songs that tell stories. I love lyrics that make me stop and think. And if we're being totally honest, I think that is why I struggle with a lot of today's music. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a few bops out there, but I'm not saying that all music is terrible, because it's not. Because there are some songs that I do like, but if we're being honest, there is nothing like the music that I grew up on. It just isn't. It just isn't. Does not even compare. Maybe it's the nostalgia of it all. Maybe songwriting was just different. Well, I know songwriting was different. Or maybe it's just me getting old. I don't know. But like, I built playlists out for my parents, And it's over 30 something hours of music so far. That's just so far. And I kept telling myself that this playlist was for them, but really it was for me. Because as I was adding song after song after song, I realized something. The music that they love, I began to love it too. They didn't just sit me down and teach me good music, they lived it. They played it over and over in our house, and everywhere we went in the car, they played it. And somehow, without even trying, they passed that love down to me too. It's honestly one of the greatest gifts they've ever given me. And speaking of firsts, some fun fact about me, my very first album cassette tape was Mariah Carey, her very first album. I still remember going to FYE and buying that album. The second album I ever bought was Mary J. Blige. When I first heard her first single, I didn't know what to think. It stopped me in my tracks. I was like, what? Who is this? Loved every second. This should tell you a little bit about me. My favorite song of all time is Tony Terry With You. That is literally a song I will stop and actively listen to every single time it comes on. If it comes on my playlist, I'm stopping what I'm doing and listening to it and singing right along. If it comes on the radio, I'm stopping what I'm doing and I'm turning it up and I'm going to sing along. That song is just so beautiful to me and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. My favorite artist is Miss Fenty herself. Yes, that has not changed in about 20 years or so. I love her. And yes, I'm still waiting on an album. But I'm gonna let her do her. I'm not mad at her. You do you. But she is my favorite. And while we're talking about things that I love, I am absolutely addicted to 80s and 90s music. And I think the bigger reason why I'm addicted to movies like that, it's not for the storyline of it all, because it is, but the soundtrack. The soundtrack that went along with these movies, hands down, the best. Preacher's Wife soundtrack, Love Jones soundtrack, Dead President soundtrack. It's me. It's who I am. And I think that's another reason why Purple Rain has had so much of a hold over me over these years. It's not just the movie, it's the music, the emotion, the performances that go along with it, the whole experience. That's what I love. It's one of those films where it reminds me why music matters in the first place. All right, so let's continue to get to know me. These are a few questions that I've gotten over the years on social media, and I just thought I would go through them quickly with you all. I can get long-winded, so I did have to jot some notes down of what how I wanted to answer these, because your girl can talk. So let's see. The first thing is, where am I from? I am from Virginia. I'm not going to say where, but I am from Virginia, born and raised, and I love it. Virginia is one of those places where either you love it or you hate it. And I love it. Have I wanted to move? Yes, I have. But now, my family is all here, and they're older, and I don't want to stray too far away. I'm very close to my family, my immediate family, and I want to stay as close as I can, because, you know, you never know what can pop off at any second. So that's why I'm sticking around. But you never know what the future will hold. Never know. But Virginia is in the middle of everywhere. I can travel X number of hours and be in DC. I can go anywhere. Virginia is smack dab in the middle of everything. So I can hop in my car and go whenever I want to. So I'm here. Do I have any brothers or sisters? I do have a sister. She is younger than me. She is 4 years younger than me. You would think she was older the way she treats me. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But people do think she's older than me. But no, we are 4 years apart and I'm the oldest. But people that, of course, grew up with us, they know we're not twins. But we have literally been asked all of our adult life if we are twins. And the gotcha is we don't even think we look that much alike. I mean, you could tell we're sisters, but we do not look alike. Like, I am my father's twin. Like, I have his face. My sister is a blend between my mom and my dad. Like, there are some hints of my mom that I can see in me, but no, she looks like my mom more so than I look like her. But I look like my dad. So we just don't think we look like that close, you know? But anyway, yeah. So we're not twins. We just laugh it off now. Like, I've had somebody grab my arm in the middle of Walmart one time. This was years ago. Are y'all twins? Sir, first of all, let go of my arm. Second of all, no, we ain't twins. Keep moving. And don't be going around grabbing folks. What do I do for work? I work in marketing and communications. And I think and the funny part is, I think I accidentally ended up in the career that I was supposed to be in all along. So growing up, I loved writing. I loved telling stories. I loved being creative. I loved making people feel something. I've always been like this. When I was in college, before I went to college, I never connected those dots of what I wanted to do. I entered into college, undergrad, as a computer science major. Like, I love computers. I'm a computer geek. Computers, hands down, love it. Just love computers. But I didn't connect the dots on what passion and love was. It's hard to explain, but I didn't know to go into like marketing and stuff like that. And I love to chit chat, but I didn't know to go into that. So I did my undergrad at Longwood College. Yes, college. I was the last graduating class of college. Thank you very much. But Longwood College, as a bachelor's of science in business administration, but I have since gone back to school and gotten my master's at Liberty University, and I got that in strategic communication. So I ultimately did the whole marketing thing, but it took me a while to get to that point and figure out, oh, maybe I should be doing this. So, but that's what I'm doing now. If you see me out in public, you may think I'm mean. If you rub me the wrong way or say something crazy, you may think I'm mean. I am a no-nonsense person. I do not, as I like to say, I do not like to stand around and get abused by people. I will shut things down in a heartbeat. My cutoff game is phenomenal. And that's for people that are total strangers and people that I've known for a lifetime. I'll give those people chances, but still, I can cut you off. If you see me out in public, I do have a resting face that will look unapproachable, but I promise you, I'm happy. I'm happy. It just looks like I'm not. And I'm also an introvert. Now, some people think because I can get in front of a room and speak, or I get on here and run my mouth, that I must be an extrovert. And furthermore, I can be dramatic and over the top a lot of times, but that's not the case. I am very much an introvert. We could enter into a room right now, and I will find the nearest corner to sit down, and I will be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Now, don't get me wrong. What I'm doing is scoping the room out. I'm trying to figure out where I fit in. I am never going to be the life of the party, the loudest person in the room. That's just not me. But I can also be that. If I'm comfortable around you, if I'm comfortable in a space, I can be that person. I can absolutely just be that girl. But if I'm not comfortable in the room, you will not hear a peep out of me. You won't even know I'm there. That's always been me. But I love to laugh. I love to joke. I love to talk. I love to have a good time. And it just takes me a minute to warm up. That's all. But if you see me somewhere and you might have thought, she looks stuck up, she doesn't look approachable, I promise you that's not it. Please say something, because I won't. So here's another question that I often get, and it's probably because I talk about relationships so much. People ask me, I have been asked, so how many serious relationships have you been in? Which is a legit question. So you've seen one of my exes on this channel, but I have been in 2 and a possible. I'm just playing. So I've been in 2 serious relationships, and they've been long relationships. 2 long relationships and 1 situationship that lasted longer than it should have. I've dated a lot of men over time, and I've cared deeply about a lot of people. But if we're talking about truly being in love, I've only been in love twice in my life. Twice. Another question that comes up frequently from friends, as well as some people that have DM'd me on TikTok, has been, do I still want to get married? So every time somebody asks me that, I honestly pause, because it's not the same answer every time. Sometimes I'll joke and I'll say, yeah, I want to get married, but I want to keep my house. He can keep his house. We can go to dinner. We can, do adult things. We can go on vacation together. But we can separate at the end of the day. And people will laugh, but sometimes I am dead serious. This year, I will be 46. And sometimes I think, I'm good. I've built a life I enjoy. I have peace in my life. And other days, I am all in, Now, I won't pretend that finding out that I couldn't have children did not affect how I answer this question, because it did. For a while, I became jaded. I remember thinking, well, what's the point of getting married now? It's not like I'm gonna have a family or anything of my own. Because it's so, there's nothing against adoption. There's nothing against marrying a man that already has children, but it's nothing like having your own. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, what's the point? But as I've gotten older, so I found out that I could not have kids when I was 40. Since then, I realized that marriage is something deeper than that. Especially, as you guys know from the last video, my parents have just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. And so marriage is deeper than just having children, right? Marriage to me is about companionship. It's about having someone to build your life with. Even though I guess you could say I'm at the middle of the road now, almost at the middle of the road of my life, I still have a chance to build something with someone else. I want someone who knows every version of me. The confident one, the insecure one, the funny one, the quiet one. And they choose to stay anyway. And people will say, well, you don't need a piece of paper to prove anything to anybody or prove that you're going to stay with somebody, which is true. However, for me, marriage has never been about a piece of paper. It's about the promise. Dating says, I want to be with you. Marriage says, I'm choosing you. Those aren't the same thing. Whether marriage is a part of my story one day, or whether God has a different plan, I've learned not to hold happiness hostage while I wait. If it happens, I'll thank Him. If it doesn't happen, I'll still be thanking Him. My life has already been so full of love in so many different forms. So if it doesn't happen, I'm good. And that's my answer. So another question I have gotten a lot is, why did I start creating content? Honestly, because writing saved me. Some people go to therapy, some people run, some people paint. I've always written. Years ago, I started blogging because I needed somewhere to put my thoughts. Life was teaching me lessons, and writing helped me process them. And over time, I realized something. Some of the things that I was going through, they were not just unique to me. The heartbreak, the disappointments, the waiting season, the victories, the lessons that God was teaching me could be encouraging someone else. And that's when I felt that nudge from God telling me, stop keeping all of this to yourself. Now, do I have all the answers? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never said that one time. I'm still figuring it out just like everybody else. But if something that I've gone through can help somebody else along the way, listen, who am I to gatekeep what worked for me? And that's really what this channel is about. I never get up here and pretend like I have everything together, because I absolutely don't. It's just one woman sharing what she's learning while she's learning it. And hopefully somewhere in the middle of all of that, someone somewhere realizes that they are not by themselves. Because that's how I felt watching other people's videos. Sometimes all you need is for one person to say that I've been there too. And suddenly you don't feel quite so alone. So what can you expect from this channel? You can expect real conversations. Sometimes we'll talk about faith. Sometimes we'll talk about relationships. sometimes purpose, sometimes healing. Sometimes I'll be doing random videos like this trying to decorate my wall. But whatever we are talking about, I want it to be real and I want it to be from a real place. Life is messy sometimes. Life is beautiful sometimes. Most days, it's a little bit of both. I'm not even gonna lie. And I think there is room to talk about all of it. One thing I thought was interesting, somebody asked me, what keeps me posting when the views are low on your videos? And that is a very simple answer. Because if you've ever created anything, you know that it's easy to get caught up in numbers. You get caught up in views, you get caught up in likes, subscribers, comments. We all enjoy those things and we all strive for those things. But over the years, God has reminded me that purpose and popularity are not the same thing. Sometimes your assignment is not to reach thousands of people. Sometimes your assignment is just one person that's having a hard day, one person who's questioning God, one person who needed encouragement, one person that needed hope. If one person watches my videos and says, "Oh, I needed that today," then it is worth the hours I spend editing and hitting publish on my videos. So I try really hard not to let numbers determine whether or not I keep showing up or not. Because obedience to me matters more than algorithms. And if God gave me something to say, I'm going to continue to say it. Even if it feels like nobody's listening, because maybe the right person just hasn't found my videos yet. Here's another question that I'm asked all the time. Why is the name of this channel My Purple Song Home? Well, the home part is because I love DIY projects. That's number one. But My Purple Song. Let's get into it. So it's really made up of two things that have been a big part of my life for as long as I can remember. Purple and song. Now, if you know me, you know where the purple comes from. Purple Rain, Prince, that whole world. When I say I love Purple Rain, I absolutely love it. I love the movie. I love the soundtrack. I love the performances. I love the emotion. And low-key, it is funny to me. It's a funny movie. Everything about it. If I'm having a bad day, I watch it. There is a good chance Prince will fix my day. You hear me? I have memorabilia. Because yes, I have been to Paisley Park. I can do a whole nother video on that. The backdrop in some of my videos that you see, you know that flower wall? What do you think that resembles? Darling Nikki. Nicole's my middle name. I even have a tattoo dedicated to the movie. And no, you cannot see it. So yes, purple, you know where that comes from. That's an easy one. But the song, that's where the heart of the name comes from. It comes from a song that has quietly followed me my whole life. Everything You Touch is a song by the Winans. And I wish I could play it for you guys, but because of copyright laws, I cannot. My daddy loved that Tomorrow album. Loved it. I don't know how many times that cassette played. He played it out. And I always associate it with us driving to the country where he's from on the way to my granny's house. Or we could just be riding around town. He'll still be playing it in the cassette player. It was always playing. But here's the funny part. I spent years hearing that one song without actually listening to it. Have you ever done that before? You know the words because you hear it so much, but you're not actually listening to the words to that song. But one day, you suddenly hear the lyrics like it's the very first time you are hearing that song. That was me. When I was little, I liked the melody. I wasn't paying attention to the message. I was just excited that we were going to my granny's house, seeing my cousins, seeing my family. But adulthood has a way of introducing lyrics to you. Now, every time I hear this line, I stop. That's what the best music does. It tells the truth about love, about loss, about faith, about joy, about life. And then there's another lyric that gets me every time, and I sometimes even cry when I hear this lyric, if I'm in my feelings. I think that a song should be shared among friends. Then, when friends are gone, the melody and meaning still lingers on. And that gets me because I think of my granny that's not here anymore. And I think about my uncles. I have 3 uncles that passed that are not here anymore. And it gets me in my feelings. I think about the countless other people that were in my life that died either at a young age or died older, but they were still in my life for a long time, and I am no longer able to talk to them. And more importantly, they are no longer able to share their stories. And your stories are what makes you. Your life is what makes you. And that's why that line is so deep to me. When I hear that song, I'm not just listening. I'm back in my parents' car. I'm back on that road trip. I'm back at my granny's house. I'm back at my kitchen table playing with my uncle. He died at such an early age. And I remember that. Back when everybody was together during cookouts and family reunions. Those stories. That's what I'm thinking about. Back when life was just a little bit simpler. Well, actually, a whole lot simpler. Music has a way of taking you places that Polaroids or pictures on your iPhone simply cannot do. It lets you revisit moments that you'll never get back, even if it's only for 3 or 4 minutes. And that's why the channel is called My Purple Song. Purple Rain reminds me of why I fell in love with music. Everything you touch as a song reminds me of why music matters. One made me appreciate art. The other taught me to appreciate the meaning. Put those 2 together, you have My Purple Song. It isn't just a channel name to me. It's a little piece of my story. And honestly, I can't think of a better name or place where I get to share all of my songs with you. So I need to get honest with y'all. This wall isn't getting done today. I need to order some things. I have narrowed it down to doing the wall like this. So right now I'm in the planning stages. I need to measure some things. I need to move some things around in my head. I always like to visually sketch things out, so I'll know what things will look like. I've been ordering some albums and, getting that all situated, so I will do an unboxing shortly. But the actual drilling and putting stuff up, that ain't getting done today. It just isn't. It is not. That will come over the next few months. I promise. This isn't just a one and done DIY project for me. It's gonna be a process. It really is. A lot of trial and error. I can already see it.
I can already see it coming. But I'm excited about it. I am excited about building this wall and making it look like something I would want to wake up to every morning and just look at, because it's going to look good. It's going to look good. And every one of the albums that I'm going to choose, it's going to connect with a memory, a season, a person, a moment in my life that I am always going to remember. And it's not just about me decorating the room. It's about me telling a story about myself piece by piece. So consider this video the before video, the vision, the starting point. Because over the next few weeks, months, I am going to be bringing this wall to life. And I do want to hear from you guys. If you have a song that you instantly connect with, or just a song that takes you there, put it in the comments. I want to hear from you, or you can DM me. But yeah, just share your thoughts with me. What did you think about this video? Before you go, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got some answers to some questions that you had about me. And if you have any more questions, just let me know. I will answer them. I don't have a problem with that. I am an open book. However, I won't answer questions if it has to do with someone else. Before you go, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves music or just needs a reminder that our lives are full of meaning, even in the small moments. I hope that this video meant something to you or brought back some memories. Are you gonna go and dust off some albums that you may have, some cassette tapes? I know I have some cassette tapes that need my attention. But I will see you in the next video when we start building this wall. I am not going to forget about it. This is not a project that I'm just going to let go. I am very much going to do it. Happy Black Music Month. And until then, keep trusting God. Keep growing. Keep finding joy in the simple things. Because those small moments, they usually end up becoming the moments that matter the most. And remember, you were given this life because you were strong enough to live it. See you next Sunday. Bye for now. I love you. Have a good week. Be safe out there. There is a certain date this weekend.